guys rolling?
Yep, we're good.
Cool. What fish do you like? Welcome to episode 1 of the Fish Bowl. I'm here with my friends at a goat farm because this is where Aaron Donald came from. He was just a little baby goat when I met him, and now he's a full-grown goat, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and we've got him on the Fish Bowl premiere, episode 1. Oh, go ahead. By all means, grab the fish with your hands, you absolute psycho. Please enjoy. So this is a guest I'm very excited about. It's like a guy I've seen grow up through the years, but truth be told, when he got in the league, he was better than me already. So I can't. Aaron Donald, 2-time reigning Defensive Player of the Year. I've recently referred to him as the best player in football. And naturally, the best player in football, I saw him pull up outside, and his car's got one of those doors that does. What's that door called?
Is this the I?
I? Is that a suicide door, or is that a different type?
I don't know what they call it.
You just got it.
You're just nice little car.
I love it. So, I referred to you as the best player in football. You're probably, for every quarterback, the scariest dude in football, O-lineman alike. What is Aaron Donald afraid of?
What am I afraid of? I don't know. Failure. I'm really not. Honestly, I'm not scared of nothing like.
Lights go off at night?
Nah,
Nothing?
see, I got kids, so I got to be the tough guy.
You got to be the tough guy.
I'm the protector, so I can't be scared of much. But, if I had to say I was scared of something, I'm just scared to fail.
Snakes?
Nah, I ain't scared of no snakes.
So no animals?
I used to catch snakes growing up, so I can't be scared of them.
Well, hold on a second. You used to catch snakes?
Yeah.
With your hands?
Yeah. Well, it was, in Pittsburgh, they little garden snakes. They ain't no rattlesnakes.
Okay, so if you're from like Pahokee, like Jank, like Janoris, he played with Jank.
Yeah.
And they said they caught rabbits down there to train. So you caught snakes.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with them after?
We just put them in like a container, put some grass, some rocks, and then let them live in like a little container. It was like our little pets.
Crazy. So you're into reptiles, dude.
We used to go to the creek and get the little lizards and everything.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like a little geologist, like a little baby training to be Defensive Player of the Year / geologist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Crystal Dilworth. Geology is the study of Earth's structure, substance, and the processes that act on it. It has nothing to do with snakes. Herpetology is the segment of zoology that deals with reptiles and amphibians, or snakes.
So one question I was going to ask you, if you didn't play football, what would you be? I guess maybe you'd be like some sort of a Steve Irwin.
See, I always talked about, growing up, I always said I either want to play in the NFL or I want to be a businessman.
Yeah.
I just always wanted to do something that earn some good money. So. Right.
Well, you got plenty to start a business with now. Congratulations on all your success, man. Being the 2-time reigning Defensive Player of the Year, being a 5-time Pro Bowler, 5 for 5, right? Batting 1,000 there. A lot of people would say, you've made it. It's a lot of success, a lot of money to be heaped on early. What's next for you as you stare down the barrel of another year? Are there goals that keep you driving? Numeric goals, a sack record? What else?
I just want to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm just grinding and do that. I gotta. When you make a name for yourself, I always say that it don't get easier, just get 10 times harder. So I got to keep working, keep trying to find ways to get better. And I ain't get that ring yet, so that's what's pushing me and what's motivating me.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about trying to win a Super Bowl. You talk about other individual goals in the off season. Do you sit here because every time a team plays you, you're A1 in the game plan? Do you sit here and think about you're kind of playing chess because people are trying to figure you out? Do you, in the off season, try to get one step ahead of people and figure where they might see a blind spot in your game? Do you sit there and study? Because you're one of the hardest studying guys I know. Like, what's your off-season film room process look like?
I usually just break down film from all the games I played in, the good games, the bad games, the games I really don't want to watch. I just study what I seen offensive linemen do that I felt like, was my weaknesses or what they did to slow me down, what I can do to, trying to free myself up or help myself to beat that guy a little faster to make a play. So I'm just more, when I'm off season, I'm just studying myself, trying to find ways to improve something or clean something up some type of way. So, come game time or come camp, I can work it and trying to find ways to just keep getting better with it. So,
you got a new move in the arsenal, in the pipe?
I got a little something.
You taught me.
It went all over. It was viral. He taught me this little move for like play action stuff, some hand work to get on and off.
Was this Chuck?
Yeah. No, this is DeMarcus.
Oh, DeMarcus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw you and DeMarcus working, and I'm like, well, this is some scary shit. Because like already you're almost at 60 sacks, 5 years into your career. DeMarcus is a guy who was well into the hundreds. You know, when I look at your career, I mean, it's easily attainable to think that you could be pushing up near 200, and you know that number's not everything, but it's what gets people paid. And you seem to enjoy the art of it. You enjoy the process. You know, I watch you doing the camp stuff. I watch you working with DeMarcus. I watch you working with younger kids. What is it about that art form that you enjoy? Like, why are you, for a younger guy, you're so into the process? When did that start?
In high school.
Yeah.
You know, you come in, you one of the good players, so you think you know it all in high school. My high school defensive line coach, Demond Gibson, he played in the NFL, played in college, so you know, my dad allowed him to coach me and say, if he act up, go upside his head. Mm-hmm. And it took one game for me to say something back to him. He grabbed me up and said, man, you gonna listen to what I say. And that one day, that I always tell him, that changed everything, because once I started to take his coaching, I actually started listening and learning, and I could see my game getting better and better. And I was doing things as far as like pass rush moves in high school that nobody was doing. So I always say Demond Gibson is what broke that curse for me, just as far as, you know, learning, you know, taking it in. It's because you have success, you're gonna have success. But coaches and people's in places and have success, and they teaching you things for you to learn from. So, you know, I just taught and understood that, you know, I'm gonna listen when somebody's saying something and trying to, you know, put it in my game some way somehow. So it ain't gonna do nothing but make me better. So
Yeah, because when you got to the league, I remember we one of my biggest regrets was not being able to stay healthy and play with you longer. But at the tail end, we overlapped, and I remember I was always kind of the guy that, and I've told a bunch of people this, I was the kind of guy that, like, I was bored in camp. I was like, what am I going to do, go back to the hotel and play video games? No. Like, I want to watch a little more tape. I want to stay a little bit longer. And it's almost peaceful when everybody empties the building. And I used to walk in at 8 at night, because we'd have our one film room, shitty little film room in Earth City, Missouri. And I'd walk in, the lights would be off, and I'd be like, oh, fuck, AD's in here again. I guess I'm not watching film tonight. You know, it's like, because young guys watching film is something, and watching extra film is something you're not used to as a vet. So you were ready-made. I mean, you were a ready-made pro from a work ethic standpoint. You know, it's unmatched when it comes to the prep and being a student of the game. The turning point was your coach, huh? Because you talk about your dad a lot, and your dad called you at one point. I heard him say he was lazy at one point.
Lazy.
You were really lazy.
I was a little chunky kid. So I was chunky, so my dad tell me to do my chores. I would complain about having to take the garbage out or something. He'll leave, it'll still be there, go upside my head. So yeah, this thing that he say to get me out that lazy stage was to get me in the weight room.
Right.
And he'd say, you know, once you work out, you start seeing a change in your body, it just changed your everyday life, and it really did that for me.
Well, because I've seen the pictures of you at Penn Hills, and you had this epic mustache. You must have been pretty young, and you know, you were the kid in Little League that people were like, this guy's not 12 years old. This guy's. You seemed like you had that grown man strength early, but you didn't realize it. And I know that weight room that kind of has become legendary up at your old house was a big turning point as well.
Yeah, just grinding. I started lifting free weights when I was 12. So I'm 12-year-old. You just got to think, waking up 6 o'clock in the morning to work out as a kid. A lot of people ain't doing that, you know.
Grown-ups aren't doing that.
Yeah, and so it was. I always taught my dad, you know, he was pretty much training me to be a pro before we knew what he was doing. So, you know, working and keeping myself on a schedule was just normal to me. So that's why I'm like that now. So.
Right. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, my dad, I guess I was lazy. And my pops hired a guy to just basically break me, run suicides. Yeah. He was an old AAU basketball coach. I had no business being on a basketball court. So I thought I was out there to play basketball, and I thought I was going to be good. But this guy's sole job, and I learned this 10 years later, was to make me cry or puke or the whole 9 yards. And I look back at it and I say, like, where did I get the work ethic that carried me through 11 years? Is that one moment, is that one coach. But you had that weight room, and supposedly, I hear you still go back there and work out.
Yeah.
Is that true, or was that just for
no, that's
the
the
story?
Truth. That's the truth.
So you go back there and grind it out in the basement?
That's probably like a Thursday workout or a Saturday workout. One of my days I'm supposed to have off, I go down to my dad's, you know, the basement and do some extra work. So.
And the basement, and this is pretty interesting. I actually didn't know this about you, and being your buddy, I had no idea. But when you got paid, your parents are real important to you, obviously. Your dad, who I've met, tremendous dude, and you wanted to pay him back and your mom, with everything they've done for you.
Yeah.
You got them houses, but you insisted that you keep the house, right?
Yeah.
You keep the house. Does that house have a name or?
No, it's just the house we grew up in, and it's the weight room. So that's
Yeah.
where the weight room's at. So that's more when the fellas, we get all together. That's where we all go and relax.
So Aaron Donald, ultimate football machine, ultimate good guy, bought both his parents' homes when he made it. Also went back and bought the very humble, modest house that he grew up in, probably 2,000 square feet, including the basement. And this is by Aaron's description. And he doesn't use it as a party house. He doesn't use it to go drink beer at or hide away. Like, he uses it just to lift weights. It's a weight room. It's a flexitorium. This kid is just constantly grinding, trying to get better. But imagine being a kid living down the street and like hitting a fly ball too far and like going to retrieve it, and you have that like Sandlot moment. I'm not sure if AD is James Earl Jones or Hercules, but it has to be pretty fucking intimidating to see the reigning defensive player of the year step out of his I-8, and the door goes like this, and he reaches down and he gets the ball and he hands it to you. He goes, "Here, kid, here's your ball." And it's kind of like that Joe Green Coke commercial, but it's just Aaron Donald back in his neighborhood. Ultimate good guy. Makes me feel bad about myself. The Cowboys had the White House. We all know what went on there. We know most of what went on there. That'd be a good documentary. And then Aaron Donald had his childhood home, which he's just turned into a weight room so he can get better.
Is it the party spot now?
It ain't the party spot.
See, I would see if it was me, I would be like, I need the weight room, and it reminds me of my childhood. But this is the place that me and my buddies from back home, because you still stay tight with your buddies from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You're like Mr. Pittsburgh, like you truly live, sleep, breathe Pittsburgh culture, football, the whole 9 yards. I would be in there partying, especially being married now. I can't get a hall pass to go out to the bar. I'd be like, I got to run over to the house,
Do some extra workouts.
do some extra workouts, and then I have all my buddies there, and we'd be on the porch
But the
drinking.
thing is, it ain't in the best neighborhood, so you really don't want to
You're
be.
probably good in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
Are you
we
saying
good.
I'm not good in that
No,
neighborhood?
you good, because
I
you
know
live
AD.
with me, so you're going to be good. You good.
Thanks so much for watching part 1 of the AD Fishbowl interview. Stick around for part 2. We're going to talk about Pitt football. We'll talk about the new performance center he did up there, that he opened his giant checkbook to fund, and then also very fittingly people asking him for money. Please subscribe, and like I said, stick around for part 2. It's going to be a lot of fun.